In the past 20 years, a lot of celebrities joined my fitness team. And all of them came over for results in private, personal life, or professional life. Why did they come here? Because my philosophy of training is about training for life. It's about training totally in a physical conditioning on physical qualities of strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, balance, and coordination. And on top of everything is apply everything that you're training in real life, in your recreational activities or in your professional life. With the Hardbody fitness bar, exercise is efficient, effective, and also fun. But in order to make it effective and fun, you have to learn how to perform every exercise with a proper form. That's why I invited here my great friend and excellent trainer, Bill Parisi, 2 times All-American track and field, trainer, physical conditioning training for 2 NFL football teams, also owner of a gym with over 20 employees as a personal trainers. So here, follow Bill to do a proper performance, proper technique of each exercise in order to increase your effectiveness and also the fun in your exercise.
Hi, I'm here to talk to you about the techniques of the exercises for the Hardbody fitness bar. This Hardbody fitness bar is the key to getting the body you always wanted. We're going to teach you over 25 different exercises to work every muscle group in your body. Now this is the key to losing weight and keeping weight off because the metabolism is directed by how much lean muscle mass you have. That's what makes this bar so unique. You can do over 25 different movements. And we're going to teach you the techniques and the exercises here today. It's very important to stay focused to each and every movement. You want to think about the muscle group you're working because when you do that, you're going to be able to really become more efficient with each exercise. Now, to change the resistance to the bar, we're going to just simply roll it up to make it increase the resistance, to work your muscles a little bit more. If you want to decrease the resistance, just let it curl out. That will decrease the resistance. This is very important because everyone has different intensity levels that they're going to be working with. It's important for safety and how you perform the techniques with the exercises. Remember, when we perform the exercises, it's very important to stay focused on the muscle group we're trying to work. That's extremely important. Here to join us today is the lovely Melissa. She's going to demonstrate some of the movements we're going to teach her. Now these exercises are great because we're going to work the entire body. The first movement is called the squat. How you doing here today, Melissa? Good. We're going to face me, and we're going to show you exactly how to do this exercise without the bar first because the technique is extremely important. Feet are about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out. What we're going to do is we're going to squat down, but before we do that, you want to make sure this lower back area is extremely tight. And this is important to remember throughout all the exercises with the Hardbody fitness bar or for any exercise you do which you are using resistance. Now, the lower back is tight in a curved position where the chest is out. The chest stays up. What we're going to do is squat down like we're sitting on a chair. Imagine there's a chair right behind you. You're going to squat down. First, we're going to break at the hips and bend at the knees. Let's try that, Melissa. Right there, and stand back up. Now, a few key points to remember. When we squat down, the knees stay well behind the toes, and the body weight is going to be equally distributed in both feet and a little bit more towards the back end, the heels. Let's try a couple more here, Melissa. Back and up, breathing in on the way down, out on the way up, breaking at the hips. And what you actually want to do is stick that buttocks out. You want to stick your butt out a little bit there. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to use the Hardbody fitness bar with this exercise. What we want to do is put the cord underneath the arches of the foot. That's very important. We're going to, again, get our feet in the same position. Make sure it's under the arches. That's key. The resistance has to be about equal on each side. So basically, you want to make sure the bar is level. What we're going to do is squat down a little bit, put the bar over on your neck. Now we're going to put it on the lower part of the neck, more the upper back area, so it's equally distributed. Just remember, if you have a lot of force in a small distance, like a needle, it's a lot of pain. If it's distributed throughout the whole back, it's a lot less force, so you're not going to get any pain from that area. Now we're going to do the squat exercise just like this with the resistance pulling down on the body. Let's try that for a few reps. Melissa, down and up. Remember, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Beautiful. See how nice and smooth? It's not a jerky motion. We're going to stay nice and relaxed. Everything is in line, toes slightly pointed out, and we're keeping the weight equally distributed. That's beautiful. This is called the body squat. Now I recommend, okay, Melissa, let's take that up and over. I recommend if you haven't done any exercises at first, you do this without the bar. And maybe do this for maybe a couple days or a week or two just to get the rhythm, the feeling, condition your muscles to a certain point. Then the bar adds resistance. And then you're really going to see results with this bar. What's great is as you get better and better, you'll be able to roll it up and you can really get to that next level. Now, the next exercise, we're going to put again underneath the feet. Same position. What's nice in the basic 12, you don't really have to change a lot. So the bar stays, the cord rather stays underneath the feet. We're going to bring it up right in front of the body, and we're going to work the shoulders, the deltoids, the front shoulder press. Very simple exercise. We're going to push up, keeping a slight bend in the knees, and down. Now when you come down, you want to come down to about chin height, not too much lower. Press up. You don't want to totally lock out with the elbows, just slightly to the very, very end, but don't lock out. Excellent job. This exercise really gets those shoulders, those deltoid muscles, gives you that nice rounded shoulder. That's excellent movement. Now, we're going to go to the reverse lunge. This is a great movement. We're going to put the bar down for a second because this movement really is going to work the hamstring and the gluteal muscles, the buttocks muscles. First we're going to work the left leg. So Melissa's going to think about planting that left leg in the ground like it's in a block of cement, wet cement, and it's going to dry up there. She's going to be solid. She's going to drop her right leg back, all the way back as far as she can, and sink here on the left leg. Notice a few things. One, her knee is well behind her toe, and when she stands up, she's really going to be thinking about working the left leg. The leg that's in front is the leg that we're really trying to activate. So we can do, let's try a couple here without the bar, Melissa. Up and down, stepping back up on each rep, down and up. See the lower back stays tight. One more. The body stays erect. That's perfect technique. That's what you want to do. Now we're going to use the bar and we're going to position it again. We're going to put the cord underneath the left foot, again underneath the arches. Remember, it stays underneath the arches. It's always even. Always check these points up and behind the neck. Again, same position as the bar that was on the squat exercise. Now we're going to work the same leg, and what's great is now you have the resistance working the leg. Again, if you want to roll it up to increase it or keep it here to decrease it, again, no weight, it's a pretty tough exercise as well. People who haven't exercised in the past, haven't exercised in a few months, I recommend not using the bar, again, for the first couple of weeks, then incorporating the bar. Now we're going to step back, Melissa, with the right leg, sink and back up. Beautiful, a little bit deeper with that right leg. Good, let's do 5 reps. That's 2, step back. 3, just like that. Notice the points, the knee behind the toe. 4, weight on the heel, body erect, head up, breathing, chest out. All key points. Now, the next exercise in the basic 12 is going to be the bicep curl. So we're going to step again with the arch, feet about shoulder width. We're going to grab the in grip on this exercise, palms up. Key point, this part of the body right here, this bone, the humerus bone, you want to keep it flush, next to the sides, locked into the rib cage. This angle doesn't move, it's locked, it doesn't change. What's moving is the elbow joint. We're going to come down and we're going to curl up at the elbow joint all the way up to above the chest, nice and controlled, nice and relaxed. Notice the knees, they're slightly bent. That's key, got to have slight flexion. All right, notice the bicep muscle working right here, nice and controlled. Bicep curls. Now right from this position, again, the workout flows so smoothly. You're never going to get this with any other machine. That's what's so unique. That's why all my trainers, 20 trainers, and all my clients love it. We have hundreds of people using this that I turned on personally, and they want more and more. So we're going to spread the feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to work the bent over row. Now the bent over row, we're going to roll up the bar to give it a little bit more resistance. We're going to bend at the knees, and the key to this exercise, this is very important, is to keep the back flat. Melissa, let's see what it looks like if it's incorrect. So round your back. See, we don't want to hunch back here. This is very dangerous. You do not want to do this. We want to flatten it, arch it, and again, you have to kind of stick that buttocks back a little bit there, just a little bit. Looks a little stupid. Some people might laugh at you. That's why you just want to do this in your bedroom alone. So you want to right over here. And what we're going to work on is the posterior deltoids. These muscles right back up here. She's going to pull up, elbows nice and wide. Now let's do about 5 of these, Melissa. Nice and controlled. Now this is one of the most important exercises that you can ever do, and I'm going to explain why to you in a second. We're really focusing on the back of the shoulder muscles. That's excellent, just like that. Okay, Melissa, let's stand up. Roll it up. Let me explain real quick why that's so important. A lot of us perform duties at a desk all day, typing or doing other tasks all day. What happens is these chest muscles become overdeveloped or they become tight, and the posterior shoulder becomes weak and loose, and that's why a lot of people have poor posture. What we need to do is strengthen these posterior muscles, so what happens after a couple weeks using a hard body, you're not walking around like this, you're up nice and tall. And you know what? Your posture determines your mental attitude. This can change your life. The next thing, we're going to use bar for the chest press. So we're going to step inside, just like that. Beautiful. And we're going to roll it up. This one, everyone needs to add the resistance because we're not going to be doing a chest press with no resistance. We're not going to be working the muscles. Again, we're going to have the elbows nice and high. Okay? And a little secret about this technique, which you're going to know, and you can probably teach your friends that go to the gym. What you want to do as you push out, I want you thinking about actually squeezing the bar together this way. You're going to activate the chest a little bit more. For the guys out there that want to, tighten the chest up a little bit, this is great. Ladies want to firm that area up a little bit, that's great. This helps everyone. Okay, Melissa's laughing there. She likes that one. Let's press and back. Good. Just like that. Key point. Stay relaxed and keep the shoulders back when you do this whole exercise. Let's do 5 reps, Melissa. 1, 2, good. Squeeze the scapula, squeeze the shoulder blades. 3, 4, and 5. That's great. Remember, with this exercise, you can let it roll out. With that exercise, there's a big difference between pushing and rounding and just keeping the shoulder blades kind of pinched with good posture and keeping them there. It's very important. Even when you do push-ups, if you're going to do push-ups, keep the shoulders back, keep them locked, and perform this, not that. Okay, just a little technique that would help advance your own personal training program. Now we're going to go into the seated row. We're going to sit right down here on the mat, Melissa. And again, this is going to be a seated row. Just before we work the upper back or the posterior shoulders, now we're going to work the lower back, the latissimus dorsi, the fan-shaped muscle on the back. We're going to place the hard body bar right here on the shins, and we're going to wrap it around your legs. What we're going to do is pull it in between the feet, just like this. Pull it between the feet. Twist and lock right around the feet. Okay, now we're going to straighten the legs out. We're going to grab an up grip, palm up inside the rubber cords, and let's roll it up a little bit more, Melissa. Okay, and hands just a tad wider, that should be good. Okay, again, here's the key. Strong, tight lower back. That's the key to all these exercises, except abdominals, obviously, because we're performing what we call spinal flexion. Every other exercise, firm, strict, tight contraction. Knees slightly bent, and what we're going to do, we're going to retract the shoulders slightly, pull them back, and pull the bar right into the stomach, all the way in. 1, just like that, and really work posture. You should be thinking what I call functional posture exercises. These things really will change every aspect of your life, your posture, your fitness, your eating program. The more lean muscle tissue you develop, the more calories you're going to burn. How great is that? And what this thing does is work every single muscle in your body. That's why you get so excited about it. Okay, that's great. Now, we don't have to change a whole bunch. From here, we're going to work the big muscles. We're going to work the quads. We're going to go right into the leg press. So what Melissa's going to do is lay down flat on her back, and she's going to stay relaxed. Her head is going to stay back. So her back is going to be flat against the floor. She's going to bring the knees into the chest, kind of bringing the toes in this way, keeping them up just like that. And she's going to press the legs out and in and out. And what we're going to think about on this exercise is really activating the quad. The quads, the hamstrings, this is working the entire leg muscle. And this is great because you can very easily increase the resistance. You can do a whole lot with this exercise. I mean, just think about this. There's machines out there in the gym that cost about $5,000. I know because I bought them. I own a gym. So this, in the privacy of your own home when you're on vacation, I mean, it's phenomenal. Okay, now we're going to go to the ab crunch. You tired there yet?
No.
All right, well, we're going to get her tired. Great. Now, we all know, and you've seen the ab trainer, ab roller, ab everything. And what's nice about this is how many of those ab trainers, rollers can you take away on vacation or take away or on any trip you go to work your abdominals? Basically, all those machines is all about neck support. That's all they're about. And you know what? The Hardbody Fitness Bar does it better. You know why? If you saw that 2020 report, the rollers kind of help you work the abs. This exercise, we're just going to use our own body mechanics, our own leverage to help work the abs. The bar is going to support the neck. Your head is going to be focused straight ahead, up in the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're out, wherever you're working out. You're going to imagine there's maybe an orange or an apple kind of stuck under your chin. You want to keep that distance throughout the whole range of motion. What we're going to do is crunch up and squeeze. Now the mental cue for this exercise is, imagine, you can sit back now, Melissa, we're working those ab stuff. Imagine your abdominals are an accordion. You want to squeeze it tight. You want to bring the rib cage here to the pelvic bone. You want to contract. That's the mental cue. I want to give you these mental cues so you can really focus. We don't want to be doing abs and thinking about, chocolate cake. We want to be working muscle and thinking about the muscle, really, because that's how you're going to get results. That's the key. Let's do a couple reps here. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. You see how her rib cage is coming down close to the pelvic bone? That's great, Melissa. And always you're thinking about your breathing technique. That is the key. Always. How's that feel?
Feels great.
Okay, great. Let's stand back up now. Now, this next one, I know the women are really going to like, because this is what we call the donkey kick, and I'm sure you've seen it in other exercise videos or on TV. Basically, we're going to perform the donkey kick, but with resistance with the hard body bar. We broke it down, and this exercise, to be quite honest with you, I don't really think there's much better to get this area. And I know there's a lot of people out there that this area is a problem. It's flabby. To get it tight, this is the key. I'm kind of proud of this one because I brought it to the Hard Body Fitness team, and I kind of so-called maybe invented it, but actually we'll have you do it, Melissa. Why don't you stand over here in front so our hard workout partners can see you, because that's what it's all about. We want to work hard but smart. We're going to wrap it around the foot here, the cord right around the foot, if you can see that, and make sure these are even. Make sure the hands are even so you have equal resistance. And we're going to get on all fours. So let's get on all fours facing this way, Melissa. Nice and easy. Great. Again, the back is flat, and she kind of governs the resistance here because where she places her hands. It's pretty good. The resistance is probably good for almost everyone, just to have the hands pretty much directly under your shoulders, and you can see, actually she can bring her knees up maybe an inch or two. You want to be directly underneath, supporting the body. So you have you can see it's almost like a right angle here and a right angle here. You want to be pretty much stabilized. Now what she's going to do is just what we call hip extension, or just push the leg back, straighten it, and in. Back and in. Let's do a few reps. Now I know you've probably done these without resistance. And you know what? You might have to do 2,000 reps to get the results you're going to get with this Hard Body Fitness bar. I mean, it's incredible. Have you ever seen so many movements? Probably not with one device. That's great. This is called hip extension. Now what's nice, we're going to stand right up, keeping it wrapped around the foot. Stand right up, and you'll see this in Radu's video. He goes from one exercise to the next, but make sure you're doing the technique correctly. You might want to do a slow workout with this video, making sure the techniques are there. Then when you get more advanced, then pop in Radu's video, and you'll move at a much faster pace. Eventually, you'll probably develop your own techniques when you really get comfortable with the bar and you use it for a while. That's what's great about this bar. You could invent exercises. It's so diverse. It's so much diversity. It's unbelievable. Okay. Now I get so excited, I kind of, forget what I'm supposed to say. Okay, let's face this way. Let's drop the right leg back, left leg forward. Let's just move up just a bit, just a notch there. That's great. Left leg forward. Now we're going to do triceps. Grab the bar. Now let's show how we grab this bar. Sorry. We're going to put one hand here. The other hand she's going to pull the other hand up and across, just like that. Now her hands are on both sides of the rubber tubing, both sides of the tubing. Now, what we're going to do is keep the elbows nice and tight, and we're going to extend not forward, but straight up. So let's do that, Melissa. Straight up. One. And you can see how many ladies kind of go like this. This is all I hear at the gym. I have this flab under here. Well, you know what? There is not a better exercise that directly hits this region. I mean, you just exercise after exercise, it just gets better and better. If you keep watching, it's going to get better. How's that feel? You feel that working right there? That's great. Okay, I'll take this from you. Now, what we're going to go to the next one is going to be side bends. This area is important. Basically, doing side bends, you're not going to lose body fat. Understand, working a region, there's no such thing as spot reduction. What you want to do is develop your muscles So they're toned and firm throughout your body, your obliques, your abdominals, your quads, so they burn more calories for you. So you're burning more calories when you're sleeping, when you're sitting. That's the key to keeping weight off, because we all know 98% of the diets fail out there. And I don't like to use the word diet because the first 3 letters of the word diet is basically what happens to you when you try to do that. So let's do the side bends here, Melissa. Place it on one foot, on your left foot there, put it together, let it fall down. Just like that. You see how she did that? She wrapped it around the left foot, double cord underneath the arch. That's the key. And now it's here. And the other aspect, to hold on to the bar. This is important. Make sure the rubber tubing is coming out of the fingers here. And it's not this way. Let's put it this way. You don't want to be holding it like this. You see the rubber tubing's coming out this side? That's incorrect. We want to make sure it's this way, so it kind of sits in the bar. Your hand just kind of cradles it. And these little techniques are really important because it makes the bar more user-friendly. And if it's more user-friendly, you'll want to work out more and you'll get in better condition. So we're just going to put the opposite hand behind the head, and we're going to bend down and up. Down and right to about there. Good. Down and up. Remember not to overextend. Let's do 5 of these, Melissa. Down and up. Down. That's perfect. And she's focusing, boom, on this region here. Okay? This is the side that's doing the work. Remember, that's what you want to focus on. Most people think, oh, I'm doing the right side, I'm working the right side. No, this is really doing the work. So focus on the region that's doing the work. That's key. Okay, great. Now remember, we're only doing one side. So when you do one side on your workout, perform it, then switch it over, do the other side. The same thing with the lunges. You want to make sure you work both sides. Now we're going to go into lateral raise. So you'll step on the cord when we stand up a little bit more here. Step on the cord. Okay, cross them. And this is our second shoulder exercise. Now I like to have a little bend at the hips here because the front of the shoulder gets a lot of work with the pressing and the pressing up this way. We want to start to work a little bit mid-shoulder. We worked the posterior or the back of the shoulder when we did our bent over rows. We haven't really hit the mid-shoulder. So that's key. So what we want to do is keep the tight back and bend a little bit forward. You know what? Good. We have a nice side view there. Bend a little bit forward, and you can see it's slightly bent. And what we're going to do is keep the arms semi-straight and just lift out to the side. It's kind of like she's flying away. It's key to remember you're only coming out to about 90 degrees here to the floor, or 180. You see how this is at 180 right here? That's all you don't want to come higher than this, right to here. Sometimes you go to the gym and you see these big guys doing this way up. That's incorrect. Excellent. Lateral raise. Beautiful. Okay, now what we're going to do is go to lower back. Lower back. And lower back is an exercise which is really key because unfortunately our country, we spend billions and billions of dollars a year on lower back injuries. And you know what? It all can be prevented if we kind of just condition our body so we don't get injured. So what we're going to do is Melissa's going to lay down right here on her stomach, and she's going to straighten her arms out and pretty much just grab the bar. It doesn't matter if it's inside or outside. That's not really important. If you have wide shoulders, grab the outside. If you have narrow shoulders, grab the inside. We want to stabilize our lower body here. We want to stabilize. Just let this stay flat and just let it lay against the floor. We want to think about working this region right here. This is the key. Again, what do we do most of the time? A lot of us, we're sitting, our back, we're in this position here. You know, we're sitting, it's weak, it doesn't really get a lot of blood flow, and blood flow, it carries the nutrients. Training your muscles brings new blood flow, brings the 5 key elements to that area so you can develop the area. We're going to raise the arms and chest up and down. Arms and chest up and down. And this is the area that's really working. You can see the muscles contract, they come together. They're pulling the upper body up. Just like that. Nice and relaxed. That's a great job, Melissa. Great job. Okay. Now, remember, I talked about those 5 elements. That's key. The blood flow is key. That's why you have to stay with your program, to keep rebuilding your tissue so it gets stronger, it gets tighter, it gets firmer. Those elements are water, vitamins, mineral, oxygen, and food, which is protein, carbs, and fats. Without one of those elements, you die. Exercise can increase your health. It can decrease your chance of disease. weight training can decrease your chance of disease. It's so important that you do this not just for aesthetics, but for your health, for your posture, for joint stability. So many benefits. Okay, that's great, Melissa. Let's stand back up. And that's pretty much your basic 12. I hope you really learned a lot, and we're going to go to our next series, which is going to be our lower body exercises. Thank you very much, Melissa. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your basic 12, and don't be afraid to come back and refer to the basic 12 for a few workouts until you really learn and understand the techniques and the mechanics of each exercise. That's really important. Now we have the beautiful and lovely Anita that's joining us, and now we're going to work on lower body movements. And this is key because we have some great movements that are going to get you really excited. So we're going to use a chair. That's going to help us stabilize the hard body and actually help stabilize your body when we work your legs. We're going to focus on inner, outer thigh, hip flexors, hip extensors, which with your quadriceps and your hamstrings and gluteal muscles. We're going to give you some more exercises to work this area. So what we're going to do is first set the bar up underneath the chair here, and we're going to place it right under the chair. Put the cords outside the first two legs here. So you see how that works. See how it's underneath the chair. Then the cords are going to come out in front, and they're going to be twisted once, just like that. Now we're going to work Anita's inside leg, her left leg. She's going to stick her foot inside the cords, just like that, and she's going to face you, the home viewers, and she's going to stand nice and tall. We're going to first work the inner thigh. Now what she's going to do is step a little bit away from the chair towards me, drop the right leg back, move the right leg back, and we're going to work the inner thigh. She's going to stabilize the chair so it doesn't move with her left arm, and she's going to put the weight on her right leg and pull the inner thigh across the body. Let's try that, Anita, for a couple reps. And pull. Good. This is really working the inner thigh just like that. That's excellent. You want to do about 10 reps or so, maybe 15. Just like that, smooth. And again, focusing on the inner thigh. Okay, relax. Now, what's so great about this is we're going to change exercises in less than 2 seconds. What she's going to do is spin right around and face the opposite direction. Okay, just right around there. Just move away from the chair just slightly. And now she's going to work the outer thigh. So she's going to put most of the weight on her left leg and pull the outer thigh, or pull the leg towards me, up and out, just like that. Support the chair, and out and in. Stay nice and tall, just like that. This is great, great for the outer thigh. You can see how it's working. It's supported, she's stabilized, it's easy to be balanced. Really a great movement. Okay, now, very simple, less than 2 seconds. She's going to turn around, face the chair, both hands on the chair, standing up nice and tall. She's going to still work the left leg. It's around the left leg. We're going to work the hamstrings, the gluteal muscles, for what we call hip extension. The knee stays locked, and we're going to pull the leg back towards my hand. Boom, just like that. Look how quick and easy this is. Working the entire leg, front, back, side, both sides. You know what's great about this whole series, which I call the four-way hip, is that the right leg, the support leg, is working just as hard or harder, because you have all those muscles inside your hip that increase or help the integrity of the joint, to keep it tight, to keep it firm. And they're really being activated with this four-way hip motion. Okay, great. How's that feel? Feel that working? Lovely. Okay, let's spin around. Face me. Keep it around your foot. Face forward. There you go. And we're going to walk away a little bit towards me slightly. Just keep it tight and keep your hands on the chair. And what she's going to do now is just extend the leg forward. Just like that, and down. Now we're working the hip flexors. So we're really hitting the flexors, the adductors, and all the hip muscles back in here, the glutes and the hamstring. The entire leg is being focused. Another area of the leg that we're going to work is the lower part of the quadricep. Feeling good? She's getting a little tired. Okay, let's actually take this right out. Very simple. This comes out this way. She's actually going to turn around and sit in the chair, and I'm going to set this up. Let me set this up for you at home first and show you again how it gets set up. Now we're going to use the front of the chair. Basically, we're going to put the bar behind the chair, just like this. We're going to let the back two legs fit into it, just like that. And we're going to pull this out in front. And now she's going to sit in the chair. Okay, what she would do is first, let's work the right leg. Okay, first what we're going to do is turn this, put her foot in, so it's locked in. Now from this position, she's going to grab the bar with both hands. Grab the bar behind you. There you go, just pull it up. Okay, now she has the bar in her hands. Now you're going to bring the knee all the way in and roll the bar up so it makes it tight. Perfect. And bring it in more. Okay, now, let me tell you something. There are machines on the market today that are thousands of dollars that does not apply the resistance in the right direction that this bar is going to apply, because it really is pulling the foot and the tibia, fibia back where it should be pulled, and the stress is getting put right on the lower quadricep muscles where it should be. So what she's going to do is simply enough perform a knee extension. Lift the foot up and down, controlled, up and down. One of the best exercises to help knee integrity, knee stability, all these 4 quad muscles really support and stabilize the knee. It doesn't get better than this. All the way in, all the way up. Leg extension. That's great. You feel that working right in there? This is a tough one. 10 reps and you might be out. And that's great. And you'll build up. You'll do a lot better as time goes on. Let it unravel. And you easily just take your foot out here, just like that. And standing back up. And that's our 5 exercises for the hip. Hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to see in a little while, we're going to focus on upper body and midsection. See you in a few minutes. Thanks, Anita. Okay, now we have the inventor, Dennis Asbury, joining us. How you doing, Dennis?
Great, Phil.
We're going to talk about upper body exercises and 5 more exercises that can really increase your upper body, your strength, and toning, and all the muscle groups in this area. The first exercise we're going to start with, we're going to work the shoulders. Basically, Dennis, let's step 1 foot on the cord, and we're going to do a front, what we call a front shoulder raise. His hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And very simply, again, we're going to stabilize our lower back, slightly bend the knees, have the cord go through the sole of the foot, underneath the sole of the foot, and we're going to slowly raise the arms up to about shoulder height and back down. Just like that. Let's do about 5 reps, Dennis. 1, good. 2, this is the guy who invented it, so he does these exercises perfect. It's a great model for you to see. 3, 2 more. 4, remember, just the shoulder height, and 5. If you want a little bit more resistance, you can place 2 feet on the cord, spread your feet a little bit wider, and we can do the same thing, and it increases the intensity. Let's do a couple reps here, Dennis. 1, see the slight flexion in the knees, shoulders are working strong. This guy's looking good. He's been using this for so long. Look how good he looks. He looks like he's, late 30s, 40 years old. He's looking great. Great job. Okay, next exercise is going to be the chest cross. We're going to break the bar down, and Dennis is going to have a seat right here on the mats. And let's show our home viewers how we're going to wrap this around the feet. You see how we wrapped it right around both feet there? Just like that. Let's just come out and take that again. One more time. Show it. He's put it there right around his feet, and he takes them both and he wraps it right around just like that. Nice and easy.
I have about a foot on each side of me, Bill. As you notice, this is loose. I've got about a foot of latex, loose latex there. It prepares me to spread my legs real wide apart.
That's very important because you want to have even resistance. Now it's a chest cross here. This is a real focused exercise for the pectoral muscles, your chest muscles. One thing you want to remember, which is real important, is keeping the chest up and the shoulder blades squeezed back, kind of pinching back, what we call retracted. Want to keep them there, stabilize them there, then we're going to hold them there and do the chest cross. Let's try a couple reps, Dennis. Just like that. And this really gets that chest to work. A real specific exercise. Again, breathing technique, stabilizing the body, nice and tall. That's great. Okay, Dennis, let's stand up. And we're going to grab a chair here.
Yes.
We're going to stand up. Let's set up how we're going to use the next exercise. First, let's show how we're going to wrap it around the feet. Let's wrap it around your feet right there. Just like that. We're going to do a bent over row. Let's get into position. Okay, let's grab a chair. Okay, right here. And the chair is important because he can rest his left arm on the chair. Very important. It's going to keep the elbow joint pretty much locked to help stabilize. Again, key points. Lower back tight, slightly arched or flat. We don't want to round the lower back. Remember that? If we round it a second, Dennis. We don't want to round it where it's really prone to injury. We want to keep it flat. Okay, sit up a little bit more. Good. Slightly bent in the legs, and we're going to pull. Okay, this is bent over rows and down, nice and smooth. Again, we talked about this before in the basic 12. Here are the muscles that are working. Posterior shoulder, the rhomboids, the trapezius muscles. These are the muscles that's going to help your posture. Pull your shoulders back. So many people I see day in and day out with poor posture. This is key. Another movement that you can do to improve your well-being. That's great. Excellent job, Dennis. Excellent job. Okay. The next exercise we're going to go to is the tricep extension. We're going to isolate this body part. Let's just lose the chair here. And now we're going to really isolate this motion because it's a single arm movement. Last time we did it with 2 arms. We're going to lock this upper arm into place. You notice how the shoulder joint is stabilized and he's just working at the elbow joint. Notice how that's being done. The cord is just under 1 foot. It's real simple to apply. Application is extremely simple. Step on the cord and extend the arm back flat. You see how he has his hand on his opposite knee so it supports. It's not uncomfortable. How you feeling in that position, Dennis?
This is good. I really feel the tricep.
Yeah, again, the ladies with that problem here, it seems genetically women have a tougher time with the tricep than men, and it's a great, great exercise. That's great, Dennis. Okay, now we're going to go to our last upper body movement. Again, we're going to keep the bar broken apart, and we're going to go to what we call alternating standing bicep curls. So he has the bar in both hands, and very simply, he's just going to bring the arm slightly across the chest, just slightly, because we want it to stay in line with the resistance. That's the main reason for coming slightly across. And then he's going to alternate with the opposite hand. And again, we want to try to keep these bones, these what we call our humerus bones, in place without moving them so much. Just moving at the elbow joint, not too much at the shoulder joint. You see how he made that correction right there for you? These are staying in place, and you can really work the front part of the arm. Alternating bicep curls. That's great. These are 5 specific exercises for the upper body muscles that you can do in addition to the basic 12, and they're really going to give you great development. How you feeling?
You feel the workout, Bill.
You
definitely feel the workout.
That's great. Remember, you can come back to this video. Remember to always work both sides. Really important. We'll see you in a couple minutes when we work the midsection.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yes. Welcome back to our last segment, the midsection, an area we all want to improve. Strengthen that core. This is the core of our body. Above our knees, below our chest. This is an area that's very, very important, not only for aesthetics, but again, for functionability. Again, we're here with Dennis Asbury, the inventor of the Hardbody. We're going to start off working the lower abs. Ready, Dennis?
Sure.
Okay, great. Let's lay down on the floor.
You know, Bill, we should probably show him how to lock this onto the shoes again.
Definitely. We pull the cord between his 2 feet.
Twist it once.
And wrap it right around, just like that.
Drop it right over the shoes.
Okay. Dennis is going to bend his knees pretty much, and they're going to pretty much be locked right into place here. He's going to curl the bar up just to get a little tension. He's a little bit more advanced, so he's going to have a little curl. What he's going to do is have the feet come down, let him slightly brush the mat. We're not going to crash. And he's going to really just curl the lower body up, just like you would do an ab crunch from the top. He's doing an ab crunch from the reverse end, the legs and hips. Nice and slow and controlled. And you can see why we call this the reverse crunch, because the legs are curling in opposed to the upper body curling in. And again, it's going to work the entire abdominal region with a slight more focus on the lower abs. And it's just really going to tighten that up, that area. Just like women that have had children, that area gets all stretched out, the muscles and the skin in that area. Great exercise to tone and firm that area. Very specific. How's that feel, Dennis?
It really works.
That's great. Okay, the next exercise is going to be good mornings, and we're going to stand up. Right up over here, we'll face the camera. Lower back, really important. what we're going to do is pretty much get in the same position we were in the squat exercise. So this is a nice little review. Actually, we'll face this way. I think it would be better. Again, feet about shoulder width apart. Maybe on this one, we'll bring them in slightly because it is a little bit different exercise. The cord, again, is under the sole or the arch of the foot. We're going to squat down a little bit, up and over. The placement of the bar is pretty much on the same position. Not really on the neck, but on the trapezius muscles along the shoulders. That's really, really important. You can't just kind of like throw the bar back there and just blow that off and, you know, and say to yourself, well, it doesn't matter where I place the bar. Little things are real important.
So this is incorrect, Bill, here?
That would be incorrect. It's too high on the neck, across the medius part of the back, the shoulders. Now, really, really important. A slight flexion in the knees. The knee joint does not change. We're just going to keep them slightly bent, I would say, at about, you know, maybe a couple degrees there. And we're going to bend at the hip joint to about a 45-degree angle. So we're going to bend right to about there and stand back up. Bend right to about there and back up. And what we're doing here, the stress is on the lower back, and the back is really working to keep it from arching. You see, let's stand up here for a second, Dennis. You see he has great posture, his chest is up, his back is tight, he's not rounded. The mistake some people make when they do this exercise is called the good morning, you know, good morning, they do this in the old days, is if you round the back, just round it for a second, Dennis, round the back. This would be incorrect. You do not want to round that back. That's dangerous. What you want to do is get that chest up, Dennis, keep it tight, what we call isometric contraction, just like contracting your bicep and holding it there and flexing it. That's an isometric contraction. That's what you want to do to your back, your lower back, and hold it there and bend at the hips and back up. And you can see how the resistance is right on his back, making this work a little bit more efficiently. Just like that. This is the good morning exercise, and you're really moving at the trunk. Great. How's that feel, Dennis?
Oh, it's excellent.
Okay, lower back exercise. Our last abdominal exercise, let's bring that up and over. Again, we're going to be sitting down on the mat, legs straight ahead. We're going to do V-ups.
And now, we're going to lock it on the shoes as last time.
Yep, same way, locking it on the feet. Pull in, twist around. Okay, now before we do this exercise, remember, these are a little bit more advanced. You want to really get those basic 12 down. Have it down, develop a base, a core base. Don't try to, you know, get right into all this stuff if you're not, you know, in decent shape, decent condition. So it's really important to understand Dennis has been using this thing for about 8 years, so that's why he's doing this real well. So what we're going to do is lie down flat on our back, and we call these V-ups because you're going to create a V with your body. Let's straighten the legs out, and basically the knees are almost locked, down slightly here. And what he's going to do is very simply pull his upper body up into a V and down. Up and down. Good. Pull up and down. Up and down. You know why this is so great? For 2 reasons. Dennis is going to do a couple reps while I speak. And down. 1, he has to use some muscles to support the legs up. Not so much where it's going to hurt his lower back, because the Hardbody Fitness Bar is helping keep his lower back safe and not putting strain on that area. 2, he's working the upper abs. So you're working the lower and the upper at the same time, and you're really becoming effective. I think he's a little tired there. That's a tough one,
This works good.
That's a great one. So we do the V-ups, really focusing on bringing the upper body up, stabilizing the legs at that angle. I would say about a 45-degree angle is where you want to be. And you pull yourself up. Use the bar to pull yourself up. That's okay. That's what we want you to do. Excellent. Okay, stand up. You know what? This Hardbody Fitness Bar is a great purchase. You really did the right thing. Why? Because you can work every single muscle in your body, and you can take it anywhere. The key is, just having this in your closet, you're not going to see results. You have to remember that. You know, you might have had exercise programs in the past. You might have tried a lot of things, but you know what? They weren't failures. They were learning experiences. That's how we learn in life. That's how we grow. This is not going to become a failure. This is going to become a success. The key is consistency. You have to do it consistent. If you want to do anything in life, it has to be consistent. If you want to succeed, you need to be consistent. And 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week, is not asking a lot. A lot of these programs out there, they're asking you 3 minutes a day. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. 20 minutes, you can do it. I know you can. Thanks to Dennis and all the crew and everyone that helped produce this, you're going to reach your goals. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Bill.
Good luck to you.